Alright, Journey fam, you all ready for another lemon fresh episode? Alright, Journey fam, you all ready for another lemon fresh episode? Ghosts of Forgotten Florida, episode 4 is about to start right now. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the journey, my friends. Alright, my friends, so if you missed the first 3 episodes, what I'm doing right now is going back to a bunch of the old ghost towns of Florida. Some of them have cemeteries, some of them don't, but we're doing explores, seeing if we can talk to any of the ghosts of the past, find out any history, see if there's any way we can help them be at peace, seeing that they're still here. Tonight, we are at the ghost town of Trilby. Now, some of you might recognize that name from one of my earlier videos. Maybe about 3 weeks ago or so, I went to a park, a family park that they did a bunch of crazy stuff at. There was a murder at, a lady died there, or a young teenage girl actually died there. But this is the actual town of Trilby that used to meet at that park. A lot of you were asking me what the lemon fresh thing means. It's just a name that kind of got brought up in chat by one of our moderators, Joshua. He said that we were lemon fresh and it kind of stuck. So we call ourselves in chat the Lemon Fresh Gang. That's all it means. There's no any kind of hidden meanings to it or anything like that. The cemetery is out in the middle of nowhere, but you will see lights because there's a house here that's on like 40 acres, and then there's another house there that's on like 10 or 15 acres. There's a house back there that has who knows how much, because it has the whole dead-end road and everything. But much like the ghost town of Erin, this is at the end of a really creepy limestone road to get out here. I've never actually been to this cemetery, so this should be pretty interesting. Now, as far as the history of this town, it goes back to 1880s when a farmer by the name of Mr. McLeod actually bought 160 acres. He homesteaded it for a family farm, and then from that time until about 1901 it was known as Macon. Now when Mr. Plant, who is well known in Florida for being a big historic figure, he did the railroads and all that kind of stuff on the West Coast. It's actually where Plant City, where we have the Strawberry Festival, that's where the name of that came from. But Mr. Plant came through with the railroad in 1901, I believe it was, and he renamed it to Trilby. And that name actually came because Mr. Plant's wife really liked a novel series at the time that was known as Trilby. And he actually named the streets and stuff after characters in the book. Now, this place was a boomtown at one point simply because they had a big train depot here right off of the railroad. And from that grew up like 2 drugstores, a dry food store, there was a bank, a post office, some churches, obviously the houses and stuff that grew up. But like any boomtown at the time, they did have a lot of shootouts. They did have a lot of moonshining going on. So that was actually kind of a funny, interesting history to find out that there was actually moonshining going on here. I mean, there's stories of the cops showing up and they couldn't find any of the distillery or anything, but then they started pulling these ropes that they saw hanging down in one of the wells, and up comes a big thing of a moonshine. So that's an interesting fun fact about this area. But that lasted until about 1925, and that's when tragedy struck this area, and a fire started at the train depot and it spread throughout the entire town. and basically burned down pretty much all of the town. The only thing that was left was the bank, a church, and I think the Masonic Lodge that they ended up trying to make into a dry goods store, but it just never built back up from 1925 on. Kind of became sort of an unincorporated part of Dade City. Trilby was also the home to Florida Tuberculosis Sanatorium. In 1911, a hospital was started by Dr. Bird and later became used as a tuberculosis sanitarium. As time went on, though, some of his treatments were called into question, and when he was brought into trial in 1917, the hospital mysteriously burnt down. Probably do see my breath because it was about 78, 80 degrees today, and it rained and is dropping down to like 55, so my breath is probably, I can see it out of the corner of my eye going everywhere. So just in case you think that's something... Hello? There's a bunch of weird noises here. There's a bunch of weird noises here. That was pretty much in a nutshell Trilby at the time. It was one of the largest cities in unincorporated Pasco County at the time, and actually was kind of on track to be another like Brooksville or Dade City type town until that fire happened, and they were just never able to rebuild from then on. So we'll definitely walk around tonight, see if anybody wants to talk to us. You guys, as always, let me know in the comments if you see or hear anything that I miss, and we'll go ahead and start investigating, my friends. There are dogs barking in the background, but I could have sworn I just heard like a female voice. Now I will say too, because this town grew up in the time period that it did grow up, there is 2 separate cemeteries. The other one's a little bit more difficult to get to, so I wanted to do this one first, and then I'll do the other one when I can get to it. But it's quite a distance walk, because you have to actually walk down what is a trail now, but used to be the railroad tracks. So I have to walk down those and then go. Hello? Somebody trying to get my attention? The heck? It literally just felt like somebody went like I don't know if I'm getting that on camera, but it felt like somebody went like this on my shirt, like tugged it. And that one's back in the woods, so I definitely want to do that one. It's just a little bit more difficult to get to. So man, I do not feel alone in here at all. I kicked this log and I thought it was a gravestone, and I almost lost it, because there's, I don't know if you can see that little concrete marker. See these markers? So I thought I kicked one of those. Did someone just touch my shirt? Trying to get my attention? Oh, hello. You don't have to be shy. I'm not here to hurt you. Were you the one that touched my shoulder? Or my shirt? There you are. Hi. My name's Jay. Can you tell me your name? go? I hope that's interesting. I hope the light wasn't too bright that you couldn't see that. Definitely getting a lot of K2 hits around this older section here. Is this Mr. and Miss McLeod? What was that? Oh my god, this place is a lot creepier than I expected it to be. I swear I heard a yeah over there. And then it sounded like something moved over here. I can't see the names on these. McCoon? That could be the original guy. Since I've already got the K2 meter readings and I got touched on my shirt already, like somebody was trying to get my attention, I'm going to pull out Spirit Talker and use that, which is an app that you can download from any of your app stores. It does cost a little bit of money to download it, but it's a really good Ovilus type app. And for those of you, I must have walked through a spider web. Seeing a spider web there on my face. For those of you who don't know what K2 meters are, they read EMF shifts in the atmosphere. Now, typically out here with no power or anything, it shouldn't go off at all. But it's thought because spirits are energy that they can affect the electromagnetic field. And I've had a lot of good luck with it myself. So I like to use that and see if there is any spirit energy. And if it does go off, then I like to start using my devices. I can tell you though, the way that it feels in here tonight, it feels like a lot of people watching me and a lot actually wanting to talk to me. So that should be good. But I am definitely hearing the weirdest noises out here too. My name is Jay. Can you please tell me what your name is? You're over here somewhere. This is where I got touched.
Destroy.
Destroy? Did the fire destroy the town? Is that what you're trying to say? I'm either seeing things or somebody was just standing right there. Because out of the corner of my eye, I swear I saw somebody standing next to that tombstone, and as I moved my camera that way, it went away. And I keep hearing something over there. Were any of you hurt in the fire?
It's dangerous.
What's dangerous? Walking around here?
Dorothy.
Hi, Dorothy. My name is Jay, Dorothy.
I'm happy.
That's very good to hear. I'm very glad. Are you happy that somebody came to visit you, Dorothy? Is that what you mean?
Natalie.
Hi, Natalie.
Argue.
Who's arguing? I think there's a lady calling her dog.
Henry.
Hi, Henry. One of these that I just saw said Henry on it. It might have been one of the first ones I was by over here. I'll just say Walter, and I can't really read that one. I think one of those graves that I was at over there really honestly said Henry on it.
Disagree.
You disagree with me? Did I not go by your grave yet? Yeah, right there. I knew that's Henry Bradham. Until we meet again. He is not dead, but sleeping. He died in 1924, so yeah, that was 1 year before the fire happened. Is this you here, Henry? Mr. Bradham? I knew I saw the name Henry. Oh my gosh, with these dogs. Are you freaking kidding me? They literally pulled up here to watch me and make sure I don't do anything.
Amy.
Hi, Amy. Is this you here, Miss Amy? There's lichens all over that. I can't read that. Cow says hi. I want to go, there's a whole nother half over here. I want to go ahead and go over there, and we'll run the necrophonic over there, I think. That one's just a wooden cross, no name or anything. It does make me wonder if Madison is buried here. She was the young girl who lost her life right out there in front of that park, and we got her name on GhostTube over at the park. And being from this area, I would assume that she would probably be buried somewhere in here. I'm used to feeling watched by spirits, which I do feel, but I'm not used to having people actually watch me. There's literally a pickup truck. I didn't really want to show it too much, but at the other side, there's a pickup truck that's parked right at the entrance to coming in here. It sounds like it's some ladies with their dogs. I don't know if they're just watching to make sure I don't do anything in here or what's going on, but I know I'm being watched by someone in a white truck, because when I pulled up, there was no truck there, so they drove down here. Really makes me curious as to if I'm going to be able to just leave without anybody bothering me or not. But that's one of the things that's kind of creeping me out when I hear these noises. It sounds like something walking up to me, because I don't know who or what is going on with that truck. These flowers got knocked over in the storm today, I think. It's almost like it didn't want to stay. I can get you guys' flowers for you. Now, what's really interesting is to see the Masonic symbols on these graves, because that was a big part of Trilby. There's still a Masonic lodge over here too. And like I said, the old Masonic lodge is the one they tried to turn into. I just saw that blue light again that I saw at Mount Carmel. Like right here, there was like a ridged blue light. I know I'm not seeing things when that happens. That's freaky. I lost my train of thought now. Yeah, the Masonic Lodge, the old one, got turned into, when they lost the original dry food store, they tried to make that into the dry food store, and they built a new one that's still there actually today. That train depot, before it burned down, actually had a coffin maker in it as well. So they had a place that they made coffins right there that burned up in the original. It burned up in the original train depot. So, I mean, at one point it was a pretty well-off, thriving town on its way up, and that fire in 1925 just killed everything it had going for it. Now, these have been catching my eye since the beginning. Definitely their children. This one was 1914 and 1915, I can read. And it looks like Benjamin was 1912 to 1913. So sad they lost both their children. I think right here would be a good spot to run the necrophonic. Madison. Is there a Madison here with me? Yes? Are you the same Madison that I saw over at the park? Yes. I'm sorry for what happened to you. Four-wheelers can be really fun, but they can also be dangerous, huh? Madison, do you need help moving on? No? Oh, they called the police on me. Well, thank you for talking to me. I gotta go. Goodbye. Holy crap, 3 cops for this? I don't have any weapons or anything. I was just here to ghost hunt and talk to the...
What's up?
I'm just here to ghost hunt. I'm not here to...
Oh, you're doing... Okay.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
I'm not here to cause
That's
any
cool.
problems or anything.
Dude, I'm on...
I don't have any weapons or anything on me.
Yeah, I just saw your YouTube tag, your handle on it, so...
Yes, sir.
you got called in as a suspicious person.
I figured because I saw, like, when I pulled in, there was nobody out here, and then I saw a truck sitting there, so I assumed at one point or another somebody would come out.
Funny ghost?
But I was just talking to, I don't know if you remember, if maybe 6-7 years ago, someone by the name of Madison, a young girl, died.
I heard about it.
She fell off a four-wheeler, I guess.
Yeah.
I was over at Peterson Park, I think is the name of that park that's right over here.
Across from the sawmill.
And I got that name on my Ovilus app. And I came over here, and when you guys pulled in, that's actually who I was talking to.
Oh.
I'm assuming she's buried here somewhere, but that's always interesting to me when I actually get names that line up with history that have to do with the area. So.
Oh, well, listen, we'll let you get to it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know anything about cemetery hours or anything like that.
Well, that's usually if they don't want you in, they'll have like a no trespassing thing and that. So I don't know. I've been doing a series on the ghost towns, trying to stay out of trouble.
Nah, man. You don't happen to have an ID on you, do you?
In my car if you want
You
me.
mind getting it for me?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Or actually, wait, I'll grab my ID real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're out of your element, bud.
I know, this isn't a farm crash.
We bring our little brother, a state trooper, along sometimes.
No.
How's it going?
Oh,
I just looked. There's no posted hours on any websites or anything like that. I don't see no trespassing there. What do you think, man?
all right. I
I'll let the
appreciate
caller
it.
know what you're doing out here so that they don't call in again. And...
Yeah, I was only going to be out here for another 10-15 minutes at the most anyway. So
Yeah, do your thing.
I appreciate it, guys.
No problem.
You're the coyotes?
Yeah, I heard.
All right, my friends. We just got back from the cemetery. Even though the sheriff's officer said that it was cool for me to do what I was doing, apparently once they told the lady what I was doing, she still didn't want me there, so she started making a bunch of noise, made it impossible for me to continue, so I just called it a night. I don't think I'm going to go back to that cemetery at all, simply because I don't need that headache anymore than I got, but I hope you guys still enjoyed this video. Hopefully there's still some stuff that we caught. Sucks that it ended this way. Don't forget to comment down below if you saw or heard anything I missed. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel or just haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you on the next Explorer, my friends. Much love.